In 1799, a young chemist inhaled a mysterious gas. Seconds later, he began laughing uncontrollably. Not from joy or humor, but from chemistry. This was nitrous oxide, a compound with no color, no smell, and absolutely no purpose. At least not yet. But somehow this invisible gas would spread like wildfire, from science labs to high society salons. It would be scoffed at, abused, ignored, and then reinvented as medicine. So let's dig into our ongoing search for happiness and see what happened when science accidentally invented pleasure. It started with Joseph Priestley, an 18th century theologian turned gas enthusiast. He discovered oxygen, carbon monoxide, and yes, nitrous oxide. But it was Humphry Davy, 20 years later, who asked the real question, what happens if I inhale this? Turns out, nothing too bad. Just waves of giddiness, a sense of floating, and uncontrollable laughter. Davy called it mental exhilaration. He shared it with colleagues, friends, and poets. Samuel Taylor Coleridge was especially fond of it. Davy tried it while writing, while dissecting, while on the toilet. He sealed himself in a chamber filled with it to see what would happen. And were it not for the quick reactions of an assistant, he may well have died from it. All of this for science. He even recommended it for surgery. But nobody listened, because medicine wasn't ready, but parties were. By the early 1800s, the gas had escaped the lab. It was now entertainment. Laughing gas parties became the rage among the British elite. Attendees inhaled, giggled, collapsed in corsets and tailcoats, then insisted it was deeply intellectual. In the United States, P.T. Barnum turned it into a sideshow. Strangers were invited on stage to inhale, laugh, faint, and entertain the masses. It was science, as spectacle. But behind the giggles, a pattern was forming. The Western world had discovered something new. An artificial joy, predictable, reliable, and completely legal. So, why does nitrous oxide make people laugh? The answer lies deep inside your brain, in the tangled web of neurons, receptors, and electric chatter that makes you, you. Nitrous oxide doesn't just affect one thing. It's more like a neurochemical prankster, hitting multiple systems at once. First, it blocks NMDA receptors, key parts of your brain's internal braking system. Without them, your thoughts fire more freely, creating strange connections, vivid sensations, and bursts of emotion. This is part of what causes dissociation, the feeling that you're floating, or not quite in your own body. Then it triggers dopamine release, the same chemical that lights up during love, gambling, and potato chips. This adds euphoria, pleasure, giddiness. You're no longer in a lab. You're on a roller coaster made of giggles. Finally, nitrous may increase GABA, a calming neurotransmitter, slowing your brain's executive function and making everything feel softer, funnier, or just less serious. Combine that with reduced oxygen to the brain, and things can get a bit weird. Your brain becomes a symphony without a conductor. Thoughts misfire, emotions amplify, and somewhere in that chaos comes the laughter. Not from a joke, not from joy, but from chemistry. This is euphoria in a bottle, but like all highs, it's only temporary. Ironically, while everyone laughed, medicine turned away. Davy's idea to use it for surgery? Ignored. Doctors believed pain was necessary, a divine punishment, a moral purifier. Nitrous was seen as silly, too unserious, too joyful. It wasn't until decades later, in the 1840s, that dentists began using it to extract teeth. Quietly, without fanfare, the gas returned, this time through a tube. Nitrous oxide went from party trick to anesthesia. It had finally found its place, not in joy, but in silence. But the story of laughing gas isn't just about medicine. It's about us. The same humans who paint caves, build pyramids, and split atoms also seek to change how they feel, to escape boredom, to dull pain, to feel something. Over and over again, we discover new chemicals, celebrate them, fear them, ban them, and then bring them back again. Today, in medicine, it's still called laughing gas, and it's widely used in dentistry and minor surgery. It's fast, cheap, and relatively safe. It calms nerves and blocks pain without full sedation. It's also used in childbirth in some countries, like the UK and Australia, where it helps women manage labor pain. Paramedics in Canada and the UK use it for highly effective, fast pain relief. Nitrous oxide gives rockets and racing cars more power. It is used in cooking sprays and as a frothing gas for whipped cream. In many countries, nitrous is widely used as a recreational drug, especially among teens and clubbers. However, heavy use can lead to neurological damage, falls, even suffocation if misused. The UK banned it for recreational use in 2023. In the US, it's federally unregulated, but possession for non-medical reasons is illegal in certain states such as California. Nitrous oxide is also a significant greenhouse gas contributor, coming in third place after carbon dioxide and methane. About 40% of its contribution coming as a result of human activity, including the use of nitrogen-based fertilizers and the breakdown of animal manure. In the 250 years since its discovery, nitrous oxide gave us more than just a few giggles and a useful anesthetic. It gave us a glimpse into our endless, ambitious quest for happiness. From laughing gas parties to modern medicine, it floated us through pain and briefly through joy. It wasn't the answer, but for a while, it really felt like it was.